Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Ultra League, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Virizion! Virizion, I have had high hopes for this Pokemon for quite some time. This goes way back before it even got the Sacred Sword Legacy move, and then it got that, which made it better. But it has gotten even more better with Season 12 of Go Battle League, as it now has access to the new Fighting type fast move Double Kick, as well as the newly updated Quick Attack. And for team number 2 on my top 5 best teams for the Ultra League, we're rolling with Quick Attack. I like the energy generation. And also on this team, and on the safe swap, we've got good old Giratina Altered. Giratina is here to always provide some nice bulk to a team, but also to draw out any potential charmers that may be lurking in the back, because Virizion does not want to see charmers. But what does want to see a charmer is good old Galarian Stunfisk on the lead for team number 2 for my top 5 best teams for the Ultra League. G-Fisk also providing excellent bulk for the team and just a solid workhorse in the Ultra League. But before we dive into the featured set of the video, we are starting things off with some bonus battles that I thought were tons of fun. And here we go. Tapu Fini lead. Not the greatest lead in the world, but we can definitely fight back with some nice neutral damage from our Earthquakes. Now, team reading. Whenever you see a Tapu Fini lead, it generally comes paired with Registeel. Those two Pokemon pair together beautifully in the Ultra League. The third, it could be anything really. It could be my team number 4 from my top 5 best teams, which features Giratina as the third, but it also could be Talonflame, which was featured by fellow content creator Though Tactical. So we definitely are playing with at least Registeel in the back. The third, like I said, could be anything. So we swapped out to preserve our G-Fisk just in case there was a Talonflame. We wanted to preserve some health because G-Fisk can deal double super effective damage. And there it is. Speaking of, they're running the Though Tactical version of the Tapu Fini Registeel core. And we've got a solid answer to it right here in the form of Giratina Altered. If they had been running my version with Giratina in the back, I think this may have been a little bit better for them, but here we are. Giratina going to work on the Flaming Bird of Terror. This could definitely be Brave Bird, but guys, we're as bulky as it gets. We live that, no problem, and gonna look to put it out of its misery with a Dragon Claw. They want to give up that last shield by all means, but no, they let it go, and that is fine. If they show Registeel, and they do, it's Virizion time. This is why my version of the Tapu Fini Registeel core, I think, is a little bit more effective for new Pokemon like Virizion, guys. Virizion is gonna absolutely run right through the remainder of this team. Once we got the Talonflame out of the way, Virizion is going to unleash upon the remainder of this team here. We get some lovely Go Battle League lag. You'd love to see it, but that's fine. That's not going to stop Virizion, my friends. We get to another Sacred Sword, and holy smokes, Virizion with Quick Attack is so spammy. It's insane how spammy this Pokemon is. Easily becoming one of my new favorite Pokemon to run in the Ultra League. We did have to give up that final shield, so we're going to look to pressure their last shield with a Sacred Sword, and if they shield, we're going to throw G-Fisk right in here to force them to throw, and they do. I wasn't sure where that Tapu Fini was on energy, so it might have been a little bit risky there, but it definitely paid off. This Registeel's just about done. Holy smokes, look at Virizion pop off on this team. It is a thing of beauty. You'd love to see it as we say bye-bye to Registeel. And we had some more energy locked and loaded for that Tapu Fini, and we're saying bye-bye to the Tapu Fini as well. Virizion is the real deal, my friends. Like I said, easily becoming one of my new favorite Pokemon to run. That's going to be a good game. Well played. So happy to finally see Virizion get some love in Pokemon Go Battle League. This thing is amazing, but what is not amazing is that lead right there, guys. That's a nightmare lead for us in Shadow Swampert. We go into Giratina and they meet us with a Kanto Muck. This is not a solid answer to Giratina. Looks like they're pretty weak to the old Giratina here, although they can fight back with Dark Pulse, but it does not have Stab. And Giratina is so bulky. We easily tank 2 of their Dark Pulses, all the while resisting this fast move pressure with our Ghost typing. We are going to throw another Dragon Claw and see if we can grab a shield from them. They no-shield that. Very interesting. So we're going to throw another one and see what they want to do. If they let this go, we will shield to maintain alignment. They let that go. We're shielding this. We want our Virizion all over that Swampert. We don't want that thing anywhere near our G-Fisk, of course. So that is a good shield right there. And we got another one locked and loaded for this Shadow Swampert here. They may let this go, of course. Shadow Swampert can definitely tank that, no problem. And we're going to look to get to another one, but no, they're not having that. They are going to take us out with a resisted Hydro Cannon, and that is enough to KO. But what's beautiful is here we go. We got another amazing answer to Swampert, which is why I built the team the way I did for team number 2, excuse me, on my top 5 best teams. Both Pokemon handle Swampert beautifully, which is why this team is so powerful. And I'm thinking, there's no shot you're running Sludge Wave in the Ultra League, and they're not, which is why Virizion is even better. Shuts down Swampert so long as they are running Earthquake, of course. And they've got an Obstagoon in the back, which is even better for Virizion, guys. You see what I mean, guys? They tank that Sacred Sword, so we go into our G-Fisk because it's basically within Rock Slide plus Mudshot range. So seeing that they tanked that, we're going to throw G-Fisk in here to absorb this damage and preserve our Virizion for that Swampert. And they go for another move. Looks like they're not running the recommended Cross Chop. This is why I don't believe you want to run those nuke moves on Obstagoon. As good of a fast move as Counter is, it just doesn't charge energy fast enough for Obstagoon to run those big nuke moves. The beauty of Obstagoon is its spammy nature combined with its bulk. That's why you want to run Cross Chop on it for the Steel type coverage as well. And the Swampert is just about done. Again, I'm thinking, no shot you're running Sludge Wave, and like I suspected, they are not. We're just going to build to the back-to-back Leaf Blades here and put this poor Swampert out of its misery. They are fighting the good fight, but it will not help them as we had the back-to-back Leaf Blades. And it looks like they force closed the app, unfortunately, but that is not going to stop Virizion for closing this game strong as it takes out the Swampert. That's going to be yet another good game. Well played. Man, I think that rank 3 placement for Virizion on PvPoke is thoroughly justified. It deserves every bit of that rank 3 ranking on PvPoke. And here we go. We've got a Venusaur lead. A tricky Pokemon to see with this team. Oh my goodness. Had some funny looking stutter lag there. Venusaur always looks so funny when it stutter lags like that. Yeah, it's a tricky lead because Venusaur can threaten us with those hard-hitting Frenzy Plants, so we go right for that EQ, and thank goodness they let that go. Holy smokes. And now we're going to catch the next Frenzy Plant, preserving our Stunfisk. Going to catch this resisted damage on our Giratina here, and the Venusaur is just about done as they make a play into a Stunfisk of their own. So this is fine, looking really good for our Virizion. Wondering what they have in the back behind Venusaur. Could be a similar team comp that you often see in the Great League when they have double steals in the back. So I'm thinking maybe a Registeel. But we will see. So we're just playing out this mid-game matchup with this G-Fisk. We do not intend to shield anything. Excuse me. There's no reason to shield anything here. Giratina is absolutely putting in the work on this Galarian Stunfisk, and they go for the Rock Slide. They take us out, and I'm thinking Virizion's going to clean up this game really nicely here. We cannot quite farm down Double kick would be nice here, but it's fine. We charge our charge moves so fast, and that KOs the G-Fisk. I prefer quick attack. I think this is the ideal moveset on Virizion here because I don't think we would have been able to farm down this Venusaur quite as efficiently here. All we have to do is shield up whatever this is. They bait us with a Frenzy Plant, that's fine. And they've got a Regirock, so not the Reggie that I had suspected, but it still is going to go down to this Virizion, my friends. And we do a slight misplay here. In the heat of the moment, I briefly forgot that Leaf Blade actually does more damage than Sacred Sword, and that costs the same energy. They are both 35 energy moves. Excellent charge moves. Leaf Blade just does more damage, and it is super effective against Regirock, so slight misplay there, but that's a bit nitpicky, no big deal. And they go Stone Edge. I don't know what they're doing, but they dumped all that energy. We knew we had some to spare on our G-Fisk, so we throw G-Fisk in here to clean up this end game as we take out the Regirock and gotta look to farm down as they top left. I'm telling you guys, team number 2 for my top 5 best teams was quite strong. That's gonna be a good game, well played. Had a blast with those bonus battles as we move into the featured set of the video, picking up a positive lead in the form of Mandibuzz, and they make an aggressive play into an Empoleon, so we're going to come in with Virizion. Could have definitely come in with Giratina as well. Both Pokemon have very solid matchups up against Empoleon, and they tank the first move, that's fine. We're going to have a hard time tanking their Drill Peck because that is double super effective with our fighting and grass typing. So we have to play this carefully. Gonna try and throw with optimal timing and take out this Empoleon before they can get to a second Drill Peck because we really don't want to give them a shield advantage. But they shield. They want to pressure our final shield, and we will return that shield. So that's fine. Not a big deal. As long as we can align our G-Fisk onto that Mandibuzz. Gonna throw here. And if they want to give up that final shield, it would be a massive mistake because we've got the back-to-back moves, and they do let it go. That's fine. They come back in with the Mandibuzz, of course, and we can fight back with neutral Sacred Swords with Stab on the Mandibuzz and get some lag there. Hopefully no funny business there. You never know, but that's fine. The game does resume, and gonna go for another Sacred Sword here. And they are slowly but surely adding up. This Mandibuzz wants to overload on energy here. And they do finally decide to throw their Aerial Ace. And that is enough to KO. That's double super effective. And we met that with our G-Fisk, of course. And they've got a Virizion of their own in the back. Shouts to them. Nice shiny Virizion. They're shiny flexing on us. But this one is running double kick, which is equally worse if you're faced up against a Giratina, as Giratina with the ghost typing is double resisting both the quick attack or the double kick. So this is pretty fundamental, and now I am very happy that we did end up coming in onto that Empoleon with our own Virizion, because we've got a much better matchup with our Giratina up against their Virizion. And this Virizion can do nothing to our Giratina. They just can't do any damage to us. Unfortunate for them that they're locked on to this large, scary-looking Giratina here. They tried to snipe with a charge move, but not falling for that. Fully expecting it, and we throw G-Fisk in just at the right time to catch that foul play. Gonna look to go for the Rock Slide here. I would imagine this may get that final shield. And it does, that's fine. They can definitely survive a Rock Slide from this health range, but not comfortably. It would definitely get them within the red. So, gonna load up a little bit and then look to go for another Rock Slide. And like I said, they definitely tank this, and we cannot farm down, but it is now within a manageable health range for our Giratina. Mandibuzz does not hit very hard, so this foul play will not KO, and they catch our Rock Slide onto their low health Virizion. They are trying their best, giving it They're fighting the good fight here, but it's not going to help them. Unfortunately, this thing just cannot do anything to Giratina, and we farm it down, and the timer went to 0. We would have KO'd the Mandibuzz either way. And Giratina still going strong in the Ultra League. It's as good as it's ever been. That's going to be a good game. Well played. Team number 2, featuring Virizion, I'm telling you guys, was definitely picking up the wins left and right in the Ultra League. And here we go, a positive lead in the form of Nidoqueen. They make a play in the Obstagoon. You know what that means, guys. It's Virizion time. But I'm a little nervous here because Nidoqueen leads classically compared with 2 dark types in the back. In the Ultra League, you definitely often see Obstagoon. The third is generally Scrafty, although it could be Umbreon as well, or Mandibuzz. So we are playing with Nidoqueen Double Dark in mind. We've got the Obstagoon here on our Virizion. They're running the Community Day Obstruct. Unfortunate for them. I don't recommend the Community Day move, as sad as it is. It doesn't quite work, unfortunately, in trainer battles, but here we are. They are going to go... They're shielding. Holy smokes. That was insane to see. I was quite surprised to see that. As they go for another resisted Night Slash, they aggressively go back into that Nidoqueen, and we've got the answer for it, just as we did on the lead in the opening of the battle. Stunfisk has a very solid matchup against Nidoqueen. Even with the Earth Power, they need 2 of those to KO, and we do outpace to the massively super effective EQs, and they tank that. That is beautiful to see. We are triple resisting this fast move pressure, and we're going to look to farm the Nidoqueen all the way down. This is not another Earth Power, just a Poison Fang, and does basically no damage, although it does lower our defense, of course. I was expecting them to come in with a Scrafty, but they come in with the Obstagoon. So we're gonna take that out. We have been debuffed, and they aggro swap to soak that damage into an Umbreon. So this is very interesting to see. I'm looking at my Virizion's health, and I'm thinking, can we do this with our low health Virizion? We've got loaded energy here. And we could definitely hit this thing with some super effective damage. They shield that. We had another one locked and loaded. Gonna go for this next Sacred Sword here. And of course it doesn't KO, but I'm looking at our health. We are resisting this fast move pressure with our fighting typing. And I'm thinking, can low health Virizion clutch this for us? I think we can. This is why I like Quick Attack, guys. It is now a clone of Vine Whip, which means that it charges energy beautifully. And we get some more lag there. Not sure what's going on. Oh, it looks like they force closed the app. Oh my goodness, guys. How about Virizion, guys? My goodness. Unfortunate that they exited the game in this way. I mean, definitely just top left, but holy smokes. Low health Virizion. OP, guys. You'd love to see it. That's going to be yet another good game. Well played. Team number 2 from my top 5 best teams for the Ultra League was so powerful, guys. And here we go. For reasons like this, we got a Charizard running the Legacy Wing Attack on the lead. And this is fine for us. It's even better that they're not running Fire Spin. I prefer Wing Attack myself, so I don't blame them. And they tank that Rock Slide. Holy smokes. What were they thinking was coming their way, guys? I mean, would they think we were going to EQ? I mean, holy smokes. You don't often see them tank a Rock Slide because it does loads of damage to Charizard. And we did tank their Blast Burn, reading that this was their best answer to, or that they had a better answer to our G-Fisk, and they do in the form of Virizion, running the new fast move Double Kick, and we're just going to let this go. And align our Giratina, of course, onto the Virizion, but they've got a Drapion in the back. Ah, that is awful. I was thinking it was smooth sailing from here, getting that Charizard out of the way for Virizion, but my good. And of course, they're running Sludge Bomb. That is awful for us. So this is not looking good for us. Gonna try and get off some damage. We can hit this thing for neutral damage. They shield. Gonna go for another one. They definitely tank one. So, and they shield again. Holy smokes. They are getting super aggressive on us here. and they're going to force a shield out of us. We have to get this damage off on this Drapion, and I was not expecting to lose CMP tie to a Drapion. Oh, I got so tilted, guys. I had no idea we lost CMP against Drapion, and then they forced the final shield. We have to get this damage off. And I did end up looking it up, and we do indeed lose CMP, so that wasn't something like a desynced CMP. We lose CMP to Drapion, apparently. But we did end up getting that damage off, which we absolutely needed. This Drapion is quite low. We cannot farm down. We knew that we were going to have to tank a crunch, and going to try and get rid of it with a Dragon Claw, but they catch it onto the Virizion. Oh, they are playing this beautifully. We're trying our very best here. We know that Virizion can't do much of anything to us, but it does add up, and we don't have any shields left. So what we're going to have to try and do, if we have any hope of pulling this off, is returning the favor with a catch of our own. They did catch that onto their Virizion. We're going to try and return the favor. We saw that our switch timer came up. So what we're going to have to do is time the move and catch on proper timing, and we do. Trying to make something happen here. This Virizion is just about hanging on by a thread, but so are we. Their Drapion is low. They catch the Dragon Claw onto it. We had to take it out anyways. We could not farm down, but the Virizion is just one double kick off from the move, and they win CMP tie. Unfortunate. We tried our best, guys. We made it awfully close, but couldn't quite get it done in the end. Good game. Very well played to our opponent. Team number 2 for my top 5 best teams for the Ultra League was one that I was very excited for, and it did not disappoint. And here we go. Como O on the lead on our Stunfisk. We are resisting this fast move pressure, but of course, this thing can absolutely fight back with a metric ton of damage in the form of close combat, and they shield up our Earthquake, and we will return the shield in kind, probably just a bait, but you don't want to really risk it up against Como O, so we will catch the next move onto our Giratina, fully expecting the close combat here, and it was making the plays. You love to see it, catching that double resisted damage. You love to see it, and here we go, Cresselia on our Giratina. This is okay. We definitely live a Moonblast, no problem, and they aren't taking super effective damage from our Shadow Claws, and we can fight back with Shadow Sneaks. And gonna let this go. Like I said, we survive a Moonblast, no problem, and gonna go for another Shadow Sneak. This will not KO, but it will be getting it relatively low. Always nice if you can get Cresselia low on health, as it is a monster in the Ultra League. It is insanely bulky and can be very annoying to have to deal with. We're going to let Giratina go down and bring our Stunfisk in onto this Cresselia. Giratina put in the work on this Cresselia, so all we need is a Rock Slide and maybe a couple of Mud Shots to KO. But no, the Rock Slide was enough. That is beautiful, and they've got a Tapu Fini in the back. So, gonna put the pressure on this Tapu Fini with an Earthquake, and they let it go. That's beautiful. It's Virizion time. Virizion is an excellent answer to Tapu Fini, especially if you're running my recommended Quick Attack Fast Move. But of course, they're not going to stay in too long on a Virizion. They come back in with the Como O, and these Dragon Tails are chunking, but Virizion has some very nice bulk, even if you don't have ideal PvP IVs. And they are Dragon Tailing away. We're going to call this. I'm thinking there's no way they want to debuff themselves, and we call it correctly. That's a good call there. And they are at the next Dragon Claw here, so we will shield this up and look to overload on energy. The goal here is to have enough energy to take out this Como O and to have enough to seal the deal against that Tapu Fini. We get to this Sacred Sword as we say bye-bye to the Como O. And we get to the Leaf Blade, and I wasn't sure if this would quite be enough, but my goodness, guys, Virizion is amazing as we say bye-bye to the Tapu Fini. Virizion, holy smokes. I'm telling you guys, low health Virizion, OP, sweeping the endgame in dominant fashion. That's going to be a good game, well played. Virizion on team number 2 for my top 5 best teams for the Ultra League is definitely here to stay. And here we go, Dragonite on the lead. Another Pokemon that has benefited from the new updates for Season 12 of Pokemon Go Battle League. It now has access to Superpower, and they tank our Rock Slide, and it definitely enhances Dragonite's play in the Ultra League, as it can fight back for sure against these strong Steel types, and we do shield that correctly. That would have done a lot of damage, would not have KO'd, but Dragonite hits like a truck, and they catch our Rock Slide onto a Trevenant, so we throw one Mud Shot, and then we make the play into our Giratina. They do still have a shield advantage, but that is okay. Giratina absolutely shreds through Trevenant. Trevenant, unfortunately, is just not very bulky. It definitely needs shields to be at its best. And we did correctly shield up the Shadow Ball. Gonna put the pressure on the scary-looking tree here. We're going Dragon Claw because it is the better move, technically, although Shadow Sneak would be super effective. We saw how much we were shredding with these Shadow Claws. And we did what we wanted to do, and that is get the Trevenant within farm down range for our G-Fisk. We want to have some energy to threaten that Dragonite or whatever they have left in the back. We knew that we were going to have to tank a Shadow Ball, but we tanked that, no problem, because we are super bulky, and the aggro swap back into that Dragonite. And we're saying bye-bye to the Dragonite. They don't even get off another move. Unfortunate for them. Worked out beautifully for us, and we're going to farm down this Trevenant here. And they've got a Registeel in the back. My goodness, guys. This is why Virizion is amazing. Although I will admit, having double kick in this situation, this very niche situation with no shields, having to close out against Registeel would be nice. But overall, I think Quick Attack is the way to go. It just gives you so much more flexibility, so much more coverage up against flyers. And I can't stress enough how the update has really helped out Quick Attack and the Pokemon that have access to it. It's amazing. And we are just playing out this Registeel matchup here. Going to look to get off another Sacred Sword, hoping that this KOs. I'm hoping. But no, they hang on by a thread. Holy smokes. Registeel is insanely bulky, and they do get to a move. So, it's fine. It's hanging on by a thread. We take it out with Mud Shots. They were not going to farm us down in time. And Stunfisk coming in clutch in the end, sealing the deal for us. And that is the team, my friends. How about team number 2 for my top 5 best teams for the Ultra League? It was amazing. Good game, well played to our opponent, but my goodness, Virizion, guys, did not disappoint. I'm telling you, ever since it came out, I've just always looked at it, and I've always had high hopes for it. I knew that it could do amazing things, had an excellent moveset, and then they gave it Sacred Sword, which boosted it even more. But then they updated Quick Attack for Season 12, and my goodness, did that put it over the edge for Virizion. Of course, it does also have access to Double Kick, which is nice as well. I just, with my play style and for this particular team, I do like Quick Attack on it, but you can definitely run Double Kick. It's fine as well. But yeah, Virizion did not disappoint, has some very nice bulk in this team. Team number 2, constructed beautifully. G-Fisk on the lead, protects our back two Pokemon from the Charmers, and protects Virizion from the Flyers and the Poison types, and Virizion proved to be an amazing closer as well. Can do amazing things, has amazing moves in both Leaf Blade and Sacred Sword. My goodness. What more can I say, guys? I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.